But yeah, if you've got a bunch too, we can just
Yeah, I
go
have
back and forth.
I have three boxes at least.
No, let me count.
How much do you have?
One, two, three. I think I've got 13.
Jeez.
Most unlikely of villains, spoons of brain and for pause. Does it talk? Does it know how? Does it bottle? Does it meow? Lair of the cerebral bore. Has I shown so much more? When you go brains at the
Welcome back, everybody. We have a special unboxing episode for you today. Carl and I have a bunch of packages that we've received in the mail, and we're going to open them up for you. So if you like that sort of thing, great. If that does not sound very exciting, then that's okay. Join us next time when we're back to our regular panel discussion format. Carl, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Doing great. Well, I guess I ate a lot of crawfish today. Maybe I drank a little too much, and I'm still drinking because why not? It always helps a hangover. And I just wanted to dedicate this special unboxing episode to Jason Hobbs because he loves him so much.
That's true. Jason is a big fan of the unboxing.
He's almost a connoisseur of the unboxing.
Yes, I agree. Well, why don't I start off here? I'll start off with a couple. I think I have a few more than you do. So.
Oh yeah. From what you said, yeah.
I'll do a few, and then you can do some. And so this has got to be eBay. It's from RC Boys Incorporated out of Utah. I have no clue what that is. I'm hoping all these boxes are RPG
gaming related.
Yeah, gaming related. There is a chance that there's other things in here, but I think these are all gaming related. So
that's scary. Well, hopefully nothing. Yeah, nothing that we have to put an adult content warning on.
Right. Yeah, we might have to edit a couple of these out. I'm, of course, using the Swiss Army Tinker's model knife. Oh, and let me measure, I guess. So this is just the corrugated cardboard wrapped around a book, right? It's 12 and a half by, stay there, 9.5 by 3/4 of an inch. So let's see what I got from Utah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is an eBay purchase.
Wow.
This is a game you may not have heard of, or you may have heard of. I had not heard of it until I was doing some drunk eBay looking the other day. It's Chuck McGreen's Don't Look Back, Conspiracy Horror Role-Playing. This is the third edition of Don't Look Back that uses the D6 by D6 system.
What is that? Like Mythic D6 by D6 or what? What system is that?
I have no clue. It's Lester Smith's D6 by D6 system. I want to say I've seen that before, but I don't remember what it is. But this is basically for doing the X-Files or something like that. This is actually printed by somebody you're familiar with.
Okay.
See that there? I know the
viewers.
Yeah,
Studio 2.
Yeah.
Is it? But it's not Savage Worlds, though.
It's not Savage Worlds, but Studio 2 does in-house printing, and this is much better quality than Drive-Thru RPG's printing. So, yeah, so very cool. It's got all kinds of interesting art in there. Oh, there you go. Look at that. I know this doesn't help the viewer. Here's like an insect thing, grabbing a lady, and there's a bunch of evocative art in here, and so that's kind of cool. Well, we'll see if we ever get that to the table or not.
I'd like to. I'd be interested in what is a D6 system.
Yeah, we'll have to go into that. Obviously, not today because I don't want to waste time like actually reading, learning the rules on the air. But I will find out, and we will talk about it. Here it is. Well, there's a quick section here. I'll read this quick section here. Right. What is D6 by D6? D6 is a universal system that allows players to use one set of rules to play in many different settings. It just says it's a universal system. It doesn't go into the mechanics in that. So I'll have to learn the mechanics, and then I will get back. I'll learn the mechanics and I'll get back to you and the listeners. But I don't want to, like I say, I don't want to take time reading the book to tell you what the book says.
Mm-hmm.
The next package I have is from something called Game King in Maine. It says "Do not bend" on it. It looks almost like an LP, like a big LP. But this might
do you have a record player?
Not anymore. This isn't an LP. What this probably is, I bought a bunch of Ubiquity stuff,
right?
And I'm betting this is a one of the free RPG Day modules. So
they had for Ubiquity. Oh, interesting.
Well, for Hollow Earth Expedition,
right?
Well, if there's anything in here at all. Maybe there's nothing in here at all.
That's weird.
Well, there's multiple. Oh, yep, that's exactly what it is. It is the 2009 Hollow Earth Expedition Free RPG Day module.
Huh. Wow.
So
that's like a classic now. It's over 10 years old.
Yeah, that's true. So this might be when we play Hollow Earth Expedition. I may run that. And it comes to pre-gen.
I'll be sure and try to track it down so I can read it.
Yep. In true style of one of our players.
Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't have a podcast.
Yeah.
The next one is another eBay purchase. It's from a person, not a company, so I'm not going to say their name. They it's just down the road from me, believe it or not.
Wow.
This guy, I should reach out to him. Let's see, is that PO? Oh no, it's got like actual. I may write this guy because he's, like I say, not an hour away. He's probably 45 minutes away from me, and he had a bunch of gaming stuff on eBay.
Oh wow!
So
if you could drive there, save me some shipping.
Well, yeah, it's the hassle of getting together, but I mean, if he's into gaming, it may be somebody to play games with, right?
Right.
So a local person. This is Hollow Earth Expedition. Let's see what it is. I had the Hollow Earth Expedition stuff on PDF, but I'd never had it hard copy.
Yeah, I know I have some PDF stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they all do Ubiquity, or I did the Ubiquity from Bundle of Holding, and I got a bunch of stuff because it's a neat system. You can even you can flip coins, man.
Right. Yeah, I've got a bunch of dynamic.
Shake a bunch of coins and throw them on the table. That'd be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, you do that. You can use any even-sided die. You know, I've got a bunch of D6s that are binary that have ones and zeros.
Oh, neat.
This is the Mysteries of the Hollow Earth source book for.
Oh, that's neat.
Hollow Earth Expedition.
That's a good thick book. Yeah, I think I just got the basic one. The one that's like the small, the A5 size, I guess. Is that the smallest?
Oh, okay. I think so. I've got, I think, pretty much everything Hollow Earth we're going to open up tonight. But
oh wow,
this is one of the source books. So
yeah, so you're definitely going to run this, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. But why don't I throw it to you? I've been opening a couple things here.
Yeah. I was going to check out what Ubiquity I had. Hollow Earth, All for One. I have a few All for One. What is tag? Yeah, All for One. I think I have Hollow Earth and Leagues of Gothic Art, Leagues of Adventure.
League. Yeah, which is Victorian. Yeah.
Yep. And Apparitions in Black Magic. I don't know that's also Leagues of Gothic Horror.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I mean, those are that's three main ones, right? Is Hollow Earth, All for One, Leagues of Adventure.
There's a horror one as well, which we should be opening up tonight.
Oh, neat.
A modern horror one.
Oh, modern horror. Yeah.
But we'll get to that when we do.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, that's really exciting. Actually, I'm interested. I mean, I have a lot of Ubiquity stuff. It's like one of those things I collect because to me the art. The cover art was always catchy. I like what I've read about it, but and I like the settings, but I've never played it. So I'm hesitant to run it. So I'm glad you're going to run it. So
yeah, I'm
then I
looking
can
forward to it. I've only heard good things about it. I've heard a lot of good things. So I really want to try it.
Well, cool. Well, I'm going to open this first thing. Maybe it's nearby where you live. I don't know if that's allowed to say. Gordonsville, Virginia.
That is not too far. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, and I do have like a Swiss Army knife knockoff, but it's from Colombia, so it's small.
Oh, okay.
I probably won't need it though because it's perforated.
Oh.
So how does that open there? Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
you gotta be kidding me.
Gordonsville is 25 miles away.
Oh, this is annoying as hell. So like I told you, there was a mistake with Osprey.
Right.
And because I had ordered, so basically it was like buy the PDF and the print book, and I clicked on that for the Medieval Knight, which is a cool little book that to reference like armor and pictures and really good art that Osprey is known for. But they sent me the Churchill quiz book.
Right,
and
I remember that.
What? They sent me the Churchill quiz book again. So I don't know. That
is funny. Well, so you're gonna have to do a contest on your show and offer one of those prizes.
Yeah, if anyone wants the Churchill quiz book, because this is my second one, so we already threw it into a friend of mine read Churchill and Stalin. He really got into it, and I'm gonna give him that book we're throwing it into the the bin for future Christmas gift for him.
Right.
But now I got an extra. So if anyone wants the Churchill quiz book, I will send it to you. And
there must be they must have a problem with the SKUs.
Yeah, there's like a problem
computer.
with their
like with their it's got to be something like that where the numbers are switched in the computer.
It's got to be. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right.
Okay. Well,
your turn.
Okay, this is from Noble Knight Games, and again, it's just one of the cardboard around a big book. A bunch of this stuff is from Noble Knight tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
Because Noble Knight Games is easy to deal with, and I've always had good. I've had one bad experience with Noble Knight, but that wasn't dealing with them directly. My bad experience with Noble Knight, before I reveal this package, this is years ago. This is maybe 10 years ago. I got something from them I don't remember if it was an auction. I think it was either auction or buy now. I think it was an auction. I won on eBay, and I forget what it was, but whatever it was a really low price. And they did the thing where seller doesn't have the item anymore or something, or maybe it was buy now, but basically they didn't sell it. I got the money back and I was like, oh, well, no, we don't have this item anymore or whatever, which maybe they didn't, but it was almost like they realized they sold it for too cheap and pulled it back. But that's the only time I've ever had any issue with them. So maybe it was just a fluke. I don't know. So I'm as I think I'm a collector, right?
Yep.
And I'm not a collector, but a completist, I should say. So we the first thing we opened was that horror game, right? Yep. Don't Look Back. Well, that was the 3rd edition. Well, here is the 1st edition of Don't Look Back.
Oh, wow.
And this uses it. This is like a D20 system, I think. This isn't that other system. A D20. There's a nice evil clown on the back. Like
OGL D20. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't heard this before. It's one of those things you get online and you get down rabbit holes. And you're like, hey, I've never seen that game. Right. But I like horror games and I like to read them and check them out. So when I see a horror game I don't know anything about, I'm like, hey, I'm going to buy a copy of that. Right. Especially when it's not really expensive. So, I don't know. Yeah, but this is a modern horror game. I don't know this is so much.
I like modern conspiracy and horror. I think it's a cool. Yeah. That's why something like that, or Delta Green always gets thrown out.
I guess
that's deep dives into Call of Cthulhu, although Cthulhu Mythos. Although I've noticed lately that Arc Dream is doing a lot of just weird shit. Not just Mythos, but
mixture,
like horror, especially I think what's popular now. I don't know. Maybe you disagree. You're more of the movie guy than I am, but body horror seems to be very popular. now, like slashers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
going after serial killers, and, stuff like that. I don't know, but that seems to be a very common. Yeah.
Do we want to let Arlen in on the conversation?
Sure. Does he have something to open up?
I don't know. Arlen, I guess we'll wait till he joins.
Yeah.
It's exciting radio, folks, I know. But this is why you join us, to hear these kind of things. Arlen, hey. We're recording unboxings. Do you have something to unbox?
I don't think I have anything to unbox, unfortunately.
Just grab a piece of your parents' mail. It'll be okay.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Grab the one that says IRS on it. And
that's a great thing.
So
you guys know it's a federal offense to open somebody else's mail, right?
Well, you gotta have permission first.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, Dad, I'm going to open this. Okay.
Yep.
Well, they're not here because that's why I'm here to watch Clover. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. So Arlen, I just opened up a copy of I don't know, this is first or second edition of Don't Look Back. Terror is Never Far Behind. This is a modern horror game.
Nice.
And earlier I opened the third edition, which uses a D6 by D6 system. This uses, Carl, I'm looking on the back. It's a proprietary 3D6 system, so I don't know exactly what the system is. But the blurb on the back says, the game world is like the real world, but elements of it are both sinister and fantastic. Imagine a world where vampires prowl the night, satanic cults conduct human sacrifices, and mad scientists plot to enslave mankind. This is the world of Don't Look Back. And then I also have the only source book they did for it, which is Giant Psychic Insects from Outer Space.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is maybe, So
I wonder if the 3D6 is like you roll 3 dice and then you have a different colored dice, and if the dice come out doubles and something special happens. I'm kidding. I don't know if that's
that
would be age. That
would be age.
This is the first printing from 1994.
I don't know. 3D6 is interesting. I like that's a broader bell curve, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's some other I've been looking at the fragged system from Design Ministries, and it does a sort of similar to the way Age does, except that it's not based on rolling doubles. It's based on if you roll a 6 on your 3D6, you have special, kind of similar, like special stunts or special things that are, things your character knows how to do when they get lucky on the special things. So like the basic one is in combat, you like do basically a critical hit, extra damage for a hit, but that you can kind of develop special. Part of what's cool is that they have a bunch of examples for like, the kind of like pilot can learn special like piloting techniques for, when they roll a 6 on piloting rolls and things like that. So it's not just like, critical hits, but also like a kind of special way that your character succeeds with style when you roll 6s on checks. So.
Yeah. I had opened something earlier. Arlen, you missed it. I opened something from Osprey, and it's supposed to be a replacement for a mistake, but it was the same mistake.
The same mistake.
So if you want to know if you want a trivia book about Winston Churchill, I can send it to you.
I am definitely I'm actually I don't think I'm a dues paying member, but I am a member of the International Churchill Society. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for real.
There you go. Okay.
Well, what do you have? Do you have the Winston Churchill quiz book?
I don't have the Winston Churchill quiz book. I have at least some. I have a number of his books in print, although I don't have like the complete histories of World War I and World War II at all in print. I because they print them in such big books, and I'm like, I'm just gonna read them on my Kindle anyway because they're heavy, so I don't want to hold them when I'm reading. So why not just get the Kindle version? But I have a couple others in print, and have read a bunch of them and all that.
So should I open something now, Jason?
Let me open one more, I think.
Okay.
I think this is another free RPG Day adventure for Hollow Earth Expedition.
Yeah.
This is from the Pop Culture Shop in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
And if I can get it open. And so Arlen, most of what I'm up opening tonight are Ubiquity and Ubiquity based systems, and pretty much all the entire Hollow Earth line.
Well, copies. The funny thing is that I actually recorded my own unboxing earlier this afternoon. So if I had known, I could have saved it and brought the boxes over with me to unbox stuff here on audio with you guys. But I, made the mistake of doing a video unboxing at like 4 p.m. This afternoon. So
yeah. Well, this was a last minute. We didn't know we were going to do it.
Right.
Well, I know that, but still, Yeah, this
is a 2011 free.
Nice.
It also Hollow Earth?
Yeah, Hollow Earth free RPG day adventure. Here, I'll do one last one real quick because I've still got a bunch.
So you had like 13.
Yeah, I had a bunch. Well, because I ordered all this stuff. So this is from Etsy, actually, a company from Etsy.
Yeah,
but other people listening may want to order this. So the company is called Geek Orthodoxy. Geek Orthodoxy. And what these are something you can't find anywhere else, and they call them something else, but what they are is they're Ubiquity dice. They're the D8s that have the multiple colors. So they're set up so you don't have to roll such big dice pools. They already take the curve into
they're
effect.
coded, so there's like white ones and red ones and blue ones, and they represent a certain number of Ubiquity dice based on the color.
Yep, exactly. And now he's changed the colors, I think, so he doesn't get sued, to blue and green and yellow.
Okay, well, because the original ones were red, white, and blue, I think, but they were through the Ubiquity people.
Yeah, but so they have different, so like the yellow ones are the equivalent, I think it's like 2 dice, 4 dice, and 6 dice or something. But the purpose of these are you can roll these instead of rolling big piles of dice, and because it's a 50-50 curve, they're binary.
Really easy to.
Yeah, you can trust. The curves are pretty straightforward. So.
There's something to be said though about big dice pools. I mean, that was a draw for Shadowrun for a lot of people.
Well, especially I think for certain games where there's if you have like a big distinction between particular skills, or like in the 2D20 games, I think it's awesome when you spin your momentum and you get your five dice die pool instead of your normal 2, and you're like, you're playing Conan and you pick up a big handful of dice and like, I'm about to fucking ruin this bad guy's day with this huge hit. That's a great kind of tactile feeling.
Yeah, until the GM spends all his doom. To
parry or whatever. But whatever.
Okay, back to you, Carl.
That's another one. All right, so this is from a Lightning Source. So it's like an A5 size. So Lightning Source is Drive-Thru RPG. So it's something that I ordered from there.
Yeah, right. Print on demand.
Yep.
Speaking of, you guys might know. Do you know if they're doing cards again or not? Because I know they weren't doing cards for a while, but I've got a card game that I want to order, and so I need to figure out if they're doing cards or not again.
Yep, this is just like a pull apart, and it's Jaws of the Six Serpents. I played this game. It's a PDQ system. I played this game, a game run by Scott Dorwood at the last weekend with good friends. It was very fun. I played a really cool character who made everyone win. But it's it's a sword and sorcery using the PDQ system. I really felt like, I guess it's similar to Fate and the other PBTA, right? But I felt like I rocked it. I got it. I got it better than those, and maybe it's because of using the terminology like qualities makes more sense than is it assets in Fate or something like that?
Aspects, the one
aspects, right? Something. But, it just makes more sense.
Yeah,
it made more sense to me. It's really neat. It's a narrative style game. I have a very close friend who lives with me named my wife Amy, who likes a more narrative style game, and she definitely would probably get into this. I told her all about my experience on Weekend with Good Friends, and she's like, "That sounds really cool." So, Jaws of the Six Serpents by Tim Gray. PDQ System, Silver Branch Games is the publisher.
Nice.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah,
that
we've been
for
really
a while.
wanting to. Yeah, we've been really wanting to. Yeah, Jason's been mentioning this for a while, and I finally,
Well, and because there's Jaws of the Six Serpents, which is the game, and then Serpent's Teeth, right, is the name of the
that's like the pulp
expansion book.
one.
Well,
There's
that
a
has
pulp
both.
one.
It has both. It has pulp and it has Sword and Planet in there.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and then more kind of like world discussion and all that sort of stuff. Basically, like
That's
an
cool.
expansion book with some alternate settings and alternate
Right.
stuff for.
Oh, that's neat.
for Jaws.
Yeah, that's in my wish list.
Yeah, well,
yeah, it's a really good layout. Nice big letters for my older eyes. So pretty happy about it.
Yeah, we need to get that to the table, Carl.
Yeah. Too many games, so little time. That's like our like mantra.
Yep.
Yep.
This next one is another eBay purchase. It's just a big mailer box. This thing is, I don't know. It's 12 inches by 9 inches by 2 1/4. So let's see if I can figure out how to get into this thing. And it's very, very light. So I kind of think this might be like the game screen. I don't know. So, but you can see it looks like there should be something big in there.
mhm.
And interesting enough, that's slightly different size, but it's, so that's, oh no, what is this? Oh no, this is a 2010 free RPG day adventure. You can actually get all these.
Big box for all that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? You can actually get these on PDF, the free RPG day, but when I go do something, I do it whole hog. So here's Noble Knight is another big corrugated thing from Noble Knight. It's kind of heavy, so I think these are probably some hardcover books.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got. We have. Okay, so this is another Ubiquity game that actually we didn't mention, Carl, that I think you would be interested in. This is Desolation.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a source book also for Desolation that's here. It is Desolation Survivors.
Oh, so like a post-apocalyptic.
It is, but it's
like post-apocalyptic fantasy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Tell us all about it, Carl. Go.
Okay, so Desolation is another Ubiquity game, and it's post-apocalyptic fantasy. And I probably own it, but I don't think I've read it. So that's the thing. That's all that you need to know. Go buy your own copy if you want to know more.
There you go. High fantasy brought low. The sky turned red, the ground split, oceans flooded, fire rained down, mythic beasts awoke, and magic lashed out. So, I don't know. It might be cool. I know Carl likes post-apocalyptic games. And
take your Shadow of the Demon Lord game through the Demon Lord Apocalypse and into the next realm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I don't know. I guess maybe I'll do one more and then we'll kick it back to Carl. I think all the rest of these are probably Noble Knight game boxes, to be honest. I gave Noble Knight quite a bit of money recently.
Haven't we all? I guess I haven't actually given.
I haven't for some time.
Yeah, so you guys don't.
It's been a couple months, but it was it was a big order. The last one I did, so.
Yeah, I think not anything about Noble Knight, but I think I feel like if I buy them, I like getting the print copy and the PDF for some reason now. So I think if Noble Knight, you can't get the PDF, and I've asked them. I said, hey, this company is part of Bits and Mortar. Right. Can you send me the code for the PDF? And I guess they don't do that.
So Desolation, I probably could have done that with most of these others, like Hollow Earth.
Yeah, a lot of them.
You can't. It's out of print.
Yeah, they're out of print, right?
Yeah, most of what I've got here is out of print. Desolation, I think, is anything it's not. So,
to be honest, most of the stuff that I get from Noble Knight is all out of print stuff that I'm, looking for something that they have collected that's out of print rather than getting something new, right?
Yeah. So, like the new stuff I just order from the company or get it from Dragon's Lair.
Yeah. So Carl, you're right. The main book for Hollow Earth it's like the Savage World died. They're whatever. What do they call?
Well,
it?
that's the like second printing version,
Right.
because there's
Yeah. That's I think that's the one I have digitally. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the main book for Hollow Earth Expedition. Then we have the Hollow Earth Expedition Perils in the Surface World, which is a full-size book.
Wow.
It's almost like a Call of Cthulhu kind of cover there, Carl. You see the tentacles in the background as they're driving in a car, shooting a Tommy gun at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Perils is
Tommy
the
guns.
adventure book, and Secrets is the source book.
Yep. And speaking of that, there's Secrets.
Secrets of the Surface World, which is the source book of pulp world stuff going on in the 30s. Obviously, a chaotic time with lots of interesting things happening to get involved in.
Right.
Yep. But before Arlen joined us, we opened Mysteries of the Hollow Earth.
Of the Hollow Earth, which is the source book for the Hollow Earth that adds a bunch of, like, if you want to play like the whatever they call the indigenous tribe type people, or more stuff about the various dinosaurs and all that. And pretty cool.
The last thing in this package was the screen. Yeah, there's the screen and the event, whatever, the venture, the booklet that comes with the screen.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
have you opened up?
Adventures.
I will ask Jason, have you opened up? I won't say what the book's title is, but it has a red cover. Or is that further on the collection? Later in the unboxings? I don't want to spoil it for the listeners.
No, it may be later in the unboxing. I don't think any of these had a red cover yet.
Okay.
So we will see.
Well, it's not just, I mean, it's like art, but it's fairly reddish art.
Well, I mean, I've named what we've done so far. I mean, it's all the.
Okay.
This is about all the Hollow Earth stuff, and then the Desolation.
Well, there's one
stuff.
more book that you haven't talked about, and that's what I'm asking about. Is the one more Hollow Earth Expedition book that you haven't talked about yet?
Oh, you know what? I don't know if it's here because I ordered it from Studio 2 and they printed it.
Oh,
so I don't know if that's in this. We'll see if we get to it or not.
Oh wow.
But I'm gonna let.
Well,
Carl
that's my
open
favorite of the books, I will say, because I think it's super cool. But
yeah, I had Studio 2 print. Oh no, maybe not, because the other thing I had Studio 2 print was Desolation. There's another Desolation book.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe not. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more boxes from Noble Knight here.
So we'll see. Yeah.
So who knows what's in them?
Cleared them out.
Yep, I bought everything. I'll open
my last box that I have is from Monty Cook Games. It's probably from a Kickstarter that I did, and it likely is Cypher System stuff. But again, I don't like all these have like easy open ripper things. So no, I didn't use Anvil today. I didn't use my knockoff Swiss Army knife. So it's 2 books, which is kind of cool. The first one is for Numenera, Break the Horizon. So I like their art a lot. I mean, Break the Horizon is expanding the campaign in the Ninth World. I've liked Numenera. I even did the 5th edition version of Numenera, which I don't know. I feel like it's lacking some things to get people into the Numenera feel. So it's just like, almost like bog standard D&D. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you can make whatever. Like, there's no like you just use like the 5th edition book, the core book, and make whatever. And I guess they're all like quote unquote human, but variations of humanity in the far future.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like nothing specific that says I'm Numenera. You just kind of, hey, you're in the weird. Right?
Yeah,
I really like Numenera. Numenera to me, if those of you don't know, it's like in the very distant far future. Kind of, I would say, kind of like the Dying Earth, Jack Vance, or Gene Wolfe's Books of the New Sun.
Yep,
for sure, right? So that's the inspiration, I think, and I mean, I played it, I've run it. People have liked it. There was the commentary, the negative commentary I've gotten is that no one can tell what it is, and I think it sounds negative, but That might be a positive because you don't know if you're like in sci-fi or fantasy. That's the whole idea, right?
Yeah,
Just like if you ever read Book of the New Sun, it's been out for a while, so sorry for the spoiler. But it starts out like you feel like it's a medieval tale, and then shit gets weird, So I think that, yeah.
I mean, to spoil it a little bit more, like the main character Severian is brought up as a member of the Guild of the Seekers After Truth, which is the Torturers Guild. And they live in what they describe as a sort of complex of towers. And you only eventually realize that it's a bunch of basically rocket ships on a platform for the old spaceport that is no longer being used because everybody's forgotten how to make and run rockets and all that sort of stuff. But
totally Numenera, right? That's all.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool game, and this expands it even more. So mounts travel. It's basically all about it's a travel book for Numenera, which would be great if they would have had this a lot earlier because Numenera is really a lot about travel. But travel guide, 2 full adventures, new creatures, travel related equipment. So that's cool. Vehicles are now like artifacts / ciphers, right? That's pretty neat. It's a neat game, and we've had really good GMs running and playing in the Cypher system. Jason and I have, Arlen, I don't know, you probably have as well, and it's a neat system. I think so. Be cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the various. I think most of my cipher has been with Che Webster, and it's been a lot of fun. We did the Strange campaign for a little while, and that was a lot of fun.
Right.
And then I have a bunch of cipher stuff that I haven't done.
Yeah,
much to be honest.
I think I do almost every single Monty Kickstarter. I've passed on some recent ones because I just have so much stuff.
Yeah.
But the other thing I did get is they did this thing called First Responders, and I know that the money from this does go to support first responders somewhere. But so I said it's kind of like, I guess it's a variation or a supplement to their superhero book, but you play like first responders. And I don't know. I don't know if I would ever use it. I mean, I think some things that you can use, like it does have like how to do disasters. So if you ever wanted to recreate a disaster movie, like playing The Rock as the main character, you definitely could with this, whether it's, giant animal attacks, volcanoes, earthquakes, global warming. But it does have that
crashing into the earth, whatever.
Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. The last Don't Look Up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it does have how to play that, disaster movies, which might be interesting, and you wouldn't necessarily have to have it, but they do have, you could make a cipher system character that's like a policeman, EMT, firefighter. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it could be fun to do. I mean, I don't know if what the appeal is of something as quote unquote mundane, so very dangerous and deadly. But I mean, I guess you have to throw in my tendency would be to throw something weird in.
Well, so especially
it becomes strange.
Right? Yeah. Well, especially with Cipher System, where it's so easy to just kind of add some of the other stuff. You could pretty easily do like, your firefighters, but then one of the fires has been set by, some sort of weird, like I'm trying to remember is Firefly the name of the Batman villain that has like a jetpack and a flamethrower?
Yeah,
maybe,
I think so.
Or you could do something like that, or you could have it be like a urban fantasy sort of thing where you get wrapped up in somehow end up in like the summer Fae court that lives in Chicago has been set in fires because they're summer, and the winter Fae court is trying to stop them, and the Chicago Fire Department, have to negotiate between them or something weird like that really easily with Cypher, of course, because it's so,
I guess my question would be when you're not doing that, when you're playing it just as a straight mundane real world thing, the cipher system, one of the big parts of it, of course, are the ciphers. So I'd be curious. Tonight, but that'd be interesting to hear on your show down the road, Carl, after you've had a chance to absorb that.
Oh yeah, a whole gear and equipment. They have a whole gear and equipment stuff.
Yeah, how it handles ciphers.
Yeah, they have a chapter on subtle ciphers. So probably nothing magical, maybe mundane one-use items. I don't know.
Yeah,
cool.
That'd be interesting.
It's really, I mean, the cover is really cool. I mean, it's great art. Like the panel, it's got like a big. You can see. Yeah, I mean, Monty Games always does their books way up, so very good quality. Well, that's that was my unboxing.
Yeah, I've got a couple more.
Good.
You talk about mundane games. I've got from the '80s a game, Crime Fighters, from Task Force games, where you're just playing cops. It's it's just made to be cops. But okay,
I mean, I
so we
think
have
something grounded in real world with not weird horror conspiracy can be
that's what
pretty neat. I mean, I got that Ghost
Yeah.
Recon Savage World. Looks
well,
really neat.
yeah, that's what
Ghost
Gangbusters
Ops.
is. It's what Boot Hill is.
Gangbusters, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Gangbusters. That's another one. Gangbusters.
yep.
I even
So
have a Roll20 for that somewhere. All right.
there you go.
Nice.
So Noble Knight Games,
Yeah.
another big box here, and in this one, maybe we'll have a red covered book that I forgot about that Arlen is pushing
maybe.
towards.
Well, or I'm thinking now there might be another red covered book that I'm thinking of that you bought recently from Noble Knight. So it might be that one too.
Well, it's not there's no slain in this.
There's no slain in this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just not interested.
It was good talking to you, Arlen. Thank you for joining us. We're all kidding, folks.
Yeah.
So this is
so
the other.
broken.
This is the other Unity or Ubiquity system. I said modern horror, Carl. So this is called Quantum Black, and it's a dark cover, and I'm holding it up for them. Of course, you listeners can't see it, but this is a cinematic, story-driven game, driven by the Ubiquity system, combating cosmic horrors and trying to keep your sanity intact. So it sounds a lot like Delta Green, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although it's probably closer to looking at
modern COC.
Well, I'm thinking it's closer to the Laundry Files, to be honest. But but it's, and then they have a dark design source book that came out for it.
Yeah.
Got that
what I've
in the source book.
What I've heard about that one in particular is kind of a similar starting place as Delta Green, but done in a very different way, right? That Delta Green is really kind of grim, and you're calling upon your bonds and getting in arguments with your wife because you're trying to survive this Lovecraftian horror stuff, and that the Ubiquity version is a lot more kind of fun, fast-paced action, shooting Shoggoths in the face with shotguns instead of suffering the realities of gradually experiencing trauma to your character and all that.
Right. So yeah, which would explain, they say cinematics, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So actually this is from something called, this isn't Noble Knight. It was just the other two are.
What?
This box, I have 3 left. So this one's from something called RPG City in Tennessee. In Knoxville, Tennessee. So it's a big box, folks. It's I was hoping the size would be on the back so I didn't have to measure it, but it's not. So we'll have to measure it for you. I don't know where I put my, well, I can't measure it because I lost. How did I lose my tape when I've been sitting here the whole time?
That's
well,
weird.
folks, yeah, I don't know where.
You're gonna have to call Delta Green, explain the mystery, because something weird must have happened.
Oh, it slipped.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if there's something I can. Oh well, okay. So here's a piece of mail that obviously the listeners can't see, and I don't know if you guys can even see it because of the light. We've got a piece of mail from the Central Texas Food Bank. It's spring newsletter enclosed. I bet they're asking for money because people need it, but that's a good cause. Give to your local food bank if you are feeling generous.
There we go. So you did the good old Johnny Carson, where he does the psychic. He's got his turban on and he holds it up to his head. And
Yep.
Okay. So this box is 10 inches by 5 inches by 13 inches. So let's see what's in it. We're going to use our Swiss Army knife, of course.
Yeah, we get to break those out.
Tinker model, folks. That's the one you want. Make sure you cut away from yourself.
Yep. That's the and don't get too close, right? That's the blood circle, Boy Scouts.
Yeah. Your safety circle. Yep. So this is so you guys saw that big box, right? So this is just that's interesting. Maybe
one small thing inside a big box.
Yeah, maybe I double ordered something though.
Uh-oh.
Looking at the packing slip, ouch.
Oh, you cut yourself.
No, I need to cut my fingernails. I ended up with 2 Well, that's not good for my bank count, but oh well. I have 2 brand new Game Master screens for Hollow Earth Expedition.
Oh, you can run it twice.
Apparently. Yeah, so oops. Okay. Oh,
you can make yourself,
maybe no, go ahead.
You can make yourself GM binoculars, right? Put one on each lens and have binocular vision, but GM screen.
Yeah. So I do
I don't know. There's probably a good joke in there, but that wasn't it.
No.
So actually, I was wrong. They look like Noble Knight. The last 2 boxes are from Studio 2 Publishing. Which,
wow.
And like I say, I prefer Studio 2 Publishing to Lightning Source for the quality. These are about the size of the other box, so I'm not going to measure them because.
Is Studio 2 Lulu's publisher? Or is that different? I'm trying to remember.
Savage. It's the one Savage Worlds.
Savage Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is also a little thing in a big box. Okay. So where I said this is the Desolation thing. So this is another. Earlier we had Desolation and Desolation Survivors. My computer wants to restart. Hopefully it will not do that on us.
Oh no. Say no.
Yeah, this is Desolation Journeys Before and After for a post-apocalyptic fantasy role-playing game. So this is new rules for. It's got scenarios and okay, so it's just a supplement for Desolation. I don't know that we'll ever play that, but that's interesting. During the D20 boom, there were also a bunch of post-apocalyptic D20 games where, like, darkness fell over a D&D world, and
isn't there?
I forget what it's called, but
Midnight.
Yeah, Midnight. That's what I'm thinking of. Yep. There's also Savage Worlds like that. That's like Evernight or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that Hellfrost? I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, there's Hellfrost, but there's another one that I'm thinking of that I think was actually done by Savage Worlds.
Oh, okay.
Because Hellfrost is Tag or whatever. It's the same company that did some other. But this one's like Evernight or something. But it's the same kind of thing.
Hellfrost is Savage Worlds, though, right?
It's Savage Worlds, but it's not made by. It's not made by.
It's made by Tag. Yeah, it's Tag.
Yeah, but this was done by Pelgrim or the company. Shoot.
Pinnacle.
Thank you.
Pinnacle. Yeah,
it's done by Pinnacle, but I think it's like Evernight. But it's a Mind Flayers the bad guys, but somehow like they've blotted out the sun, and it's one of those things. So, but
classic.
Yeah. So this is one.
Mind Flayers always trying to do that sort of shit.
They are. The Mind Flayers are bad guys.
Brains.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
That's why there's like the space orc elf people that are hunting down Mind Flayers throughout the multiverse or something.
Well, you've got a couple things. You got the Gith Yankee, right?
The Yankee.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
I might be saying that wrong, but they're like, well, they're led by a Lich Lord, right? And and they're so
Lich Queen.
That's right. That's it. But the Lord might come back. There's a legend of a Lich Lord come back. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, okay. So this is also from them, but this is a hardcover. It feels like.
Oh.
So this
that's definitely a campaign though. There's this series of adventures from Dungeon where you can kind of lead into like get the Yankee invasion of your homeworld, in the D&D, your D&D homeworld. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I wanted to spring that on my players a long time ago, but never got around to it.
Maybe this is what Arlen wanted. This is a red cover. Hollow Earth Expedition: Revelations of Mars.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there it is. So I got this from Studio 2.
So is that like Space 18?
What's John Carter Mars?
Yeah. It's Sword and Planet stuff, but there's a kind of clever in the fiction. There's a whole clever thing that has to do with like the history of this particular kind of pulp setting that anybody who doesn't want to hear about this sort of stuff, cover your ears right now.
Well, I don't think either of us. I don't think Carl wants to hear it because he's going to play in it.
Oh, okay. Basically, there's a way to get to Mars and from Mars from the Hollow Earth, and it's unclear whether you're in the present time or a different time or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
But there's Martian dinosaurs and wild Martian aliens and all sorts of chaos going on Mars. That's very John Carter, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
it's a really cool book.
Forget everything you heard, Carl.
Yeah, Carl.
Okay, I mean that sounds just like John Carter Mars.
Yeah. Well, because I since I spent like $300 on Hollow Earth stuff, I need to run it.
You better,
Yeah.
You better.
I would love to play some Hollow Earth sometime.
Yeah.
Well, like always, it's fitting it into our schedule. But since we're recording this but we won't go into that on this episode. I think we've done all of our unboxings. So all that's left is to thank everybody for joining us. And we will talk to you next time when the panel reconvenes to talk about another subject. What will we talk about? We don't even know yet, but we'll see you again soon. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Say goodbye, folks. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye, guys.
A Nerd Central broadcast, Cerebral podcast. Let's savor all the flavors from the Simon Capstrong. The All Stars and Pods past, Cerebral podcast. You're counting down your last as you admire them all. The sound is blind teeth, also escaping the brain. What I mean is this is shades of fake. And from what I understand, that's don't look now, the Super Bowl is coming, and all that's left is the crying and the running. You can beat it, you can hide, I'll leave above in any order. Just another brain of legal tossers running for the border. Just a snap, like a one, did I stutter? Here and here, I was expected buzz. You can eat on a bigot, and his doctors never say it. It's savoring the flavor of the music creator.
Well, that's kind of weird. It looks like I'm coming from the landscape when I come up. Yeah, I had to get something to drink. I know it's hot in the back here.